Welcome back, viewers. We continuously track the latest as far as the rape incidents in the country is concerned, because now certain questions must be answered, certain effective methods must be proposed to ensure that daughters, women of this country are not facing trouble. Meanwhile, the MHA has given an advisory to states to ensure security of women. The MHA states that ensure police officials are much more responsive and responsible in handling complaints on crime against women. In fact, also goes on to say that they must monitor the completion of investigations in serious sexual offences cases in 2-month prescribed time. Remember, just yesterday, the Home Ministry also called for a time-bound 2 months investigation deadline for crimes pertaining to sexual offences. Our political editor, Aishwarya Kapoor, joining us on the phone line with more. Aishwarya, very much the need of the hour, because what happened in Hyderabad is a lesson learnt, how the police officials were still squabbling over the jurisdiction, and how the police in particular needs to now start taking the zero FIR very, very seriously. All right, we'll try and reconnect with Aishwarya in just a bit, but the MHA giving an advisory to all states to ensure security of women. Important points here. A, the MHA states that ensure police officials are much more responsive and responsible in handling complaints on crime against women. So more response coming in from the police as far as crime against women is concerned. Also says that monitor the completion of investigations in serious sexual offences cases in 2-month prescribed time. Remember, the MHA had declared this yesterday itself. So strongly swinging into action, the MHA issuing an advisory to all states to ensure security of women. Also, an important point here, the MHA of the opinion, or rather imposing it on all the states, that zero FIR must be filed in case of cognizable offences, including sexual assault against women. Sumi, my colleague, joining us live on the broadcast. Sumi, the MHA is certainly swinging into action and very much the need of the hour, given the fact that in Hyderabad, despite the fact that after Nirbhaya, the top court had said that the cops must take zero FIR very, very seriously. Yet we saw what happened in Hyderabad, how the cops were still squabbling over jurisdiction issues. So in that sense, these kind of advisories, very much the need of the hour.
Absolutely, and I'm happy that the Ministry of Home Affairs has finally swung into action and has issued advisories to all the states. In fact, now the zero FIRs have been made mandatory after this initiative was taken by the Andhra Pradesh cops and by the Hyderabad cops. And now it has been advised that all the states, all the police stations across the nation will have to file an FIR when it comes to sexual assault against women. So here, the MHA has clearly sent out a strong message that women's security has to be acted as a top priority, and it should be taken care of. As we are speaking, we are also getting the news that a 3-year-old has been raped in Unnao again, and one accused has been arrested, and again another 5-year-old has been raped in Darbhanga, Bihar. In fact, we've been joined by Shantashri here. Shantashri, these rapes are not stopping. In fact, as we speak, we have 2 more cases coming from different parts of India, one from Bihar and one from, again, Unnao, where a 3-year-old has been raped and one accused has been arrested.
Definitely, it's a very shocker that is coming yet again, that we see after 86 cases that have been registered so far from Unnao itself, yet another case comes. This is a shocker not only for the entire nation but also for the Uttar Pradesh government to wake up finally from this slumber, and each and every state government should finally act upon the law and order system which is failing the women of this nation. And that's what the MHA advisory is continuously saying to each and every state government, that not only the women's safety should be the high priority, but also zero FIRs, which is the basic FIR which needs to be filed even in the case of sexual assault. That has to be done on the priority, and that's where the police should come in as the responsible person out there, where he can ensure that the victim who is filing a zero FIR will also be provided the security and safety so that they do not get any threats from these kind of
Sumi and
accused who are
Chandashri,
out
stay
there.
on with us. We'll come back to you in just a bit. I also have Brinda Adige joining us on the phone line. Brinda, absolutely shocking and unacceptable what's happening in our country today. There is indeed no safety for women. If I step out of my house today, be it at 9 p.m., be it at 11 p.m., I'm not sure what's going to happen to me. And that's the big question now. But the MHA swinging into action, Brinda, the MHA now telling the cops that they must act responsive, they must be very responsive in such cases. Also, zero FIRs must be taken very seriously.
I think this is one of the most proactive, welcome moves by the MHA, and I expect the MHA to ask for reports, demand reports within a time-bound period from every state and every district official, because it is important that the states take responsibility and not absolve themselves. Every case that has come forward across India, we have seen the apathy and callousness of police. We have seen the apathy and indifference of prosecutors and courts not willing to take responsibility. And Unnao case is a crime by the state. The court should not have extended bail to the rapists and murderers. The politicians should have raised their voice against something like this. And all the police officers, everybody in every level in this particular case must be tried for culpable homicide and nothing less of it. I welcome the MHA's
Absolutely. And as we speak, Brinda, reports coming in of a 3-year-old being raped in Unnao, a 5-year-old being raped in Darbhanga. This is endless. It's absolutely shocking. And apart from taking precautions, we also need strict action. But thank you, Brinda, for joining us with all your views.